Hi everyone, and welcome back to An Introvert's Guide to Life. I am Kira. So today I'm going to be talking about studying abroad in Japan. I went with a company called CIEE. I was in the Arts and Sciences program in Tokyo, Japan in, it was 2015 when I went. With CIEE, you are enrolling in an actual Japanese university called Sophia University or Jochi Daigaku. It's a top-tier school, top-tier university in Japan, so just keep that in mind as I keep talking. So for the program, the academic requirements when I was applying were that you needed a 3.5 GPA, which I believe now they might have changed to 2.75 GPA, but you have to jump through extra hoops if you have below it 3.0 GPA. It is definitely easier to get into the program if you are 3.0 or above. You also need to be a sophomore. So you need to be a sophomore standing at a 4-year university. This was a big problem for me because the first time I applied, that was not specified, and my advisor, who's helping me through this, didn't mention it. And so I went through the entire application process and I got turned down because I was not a sophomore, I was a freshman. So after that, I was a little bit heartbroken, but I wanted it really badly. So I took on a bunch of classes, big course load, and got my standing up to sophomore. So aside from the academic requirements, there are requirements for residing in Japan. So you need a Japanese telephone number, which CIE helps with when you get there. You also need insurance, which is included in the program cost. And you also need a clean record. If you do have a criminal record, it's very difficult, maybe even impossible, to get into the program or even maybe go to Japan. I'm not well versed in law, so you can do your own research, but that's just what I have read. Financing. So the program fee, I'm gonna go over everything that it covers. So the fee covers tuition fees at a top-tier university, housing, your insurance, advising before and during the program. There's gonna be someone there helping you the entire way through the application process, as well as people there for you in Japan. Let's see. They also offer 24/7 emergency support, so you always have someone there to help you. It covers your orientation fee, your airport pickup, which is optional, as well as cultural activities and trips. So when I went, we went to Hiroshima and we went to Miyajima Island, which is close to Hiroshima, along with some other smaller trips. There are also, I forgot to mention this, there are scholarships that are available if you would like to apply for them. I don't really know how those work, but they do have it on their website if you'd like to look into it. So I'm gonna go into housing options. So this is a big one. It really makes a huge difference in your experience. The two options are homestay and apartments. So with apartments, when I went, they apparently rotate which apartments they use each semester. So if I had stayed for the full year like I was going to, I would have moved to a different apartment building the following semester. First, I'm going to talk about homestay. I'm going to go through the pros and the cons. With homestay, it's really nice if you want to learn the language. Obviously, you're living with a Japanese family, so you get that immersive experience. You definitely learn a lot more Japanese that way, as well as meals. So they provide meals for you, though you might have to pay a little extra to do a homestay, actually. I'm pretty sure you do. And you also get that really nice familial bond if you get the right family, which leads into the cons. I have heard horror stories of people getting some really not so nice families who do not treat them very well. That is a risk you take. However, if you are in a bad situation, you let the program know and I'm sure they will rehome you. There is the risk of not getting a great family, as well as you have less privacy. Obviously, you're sharing a home with a Japanese family, so you'll be sharing a restroom, maybe even a room, and you just don't have the same freedom as you would have if you were in an apartment, because they implement curfews, obviously, which is completely understandable because their family needs to go to bed at a certain time, wake up, so they can't have someone coming in and out of the house all the time, especially if it's late at night. Like if you want to go partying with your friends, you can't really do that. With apartments, the pros are you have that freedom. You can go out, stay out as late as you want, hang out with your friends as much as you want. You also get a really nice close friendship with your friend group, either from the program you're you're in or just the people in your apartment building. I met a lot of fantastic people when I was staying in an apartment. That was the right choice for me. It just completely depends on how you personally like to live your life. The cons are you don't have the same Japanese immersion, and you also have to prepare your own meals. So you have to go grocery shopping, cook, all that stuff, which I don't mind. So next thing is the course options. The program that I went with required you to take a Japanese language course and 2 to 3 elective classes. At the beginning of the program, they'll have you take a placement test to put you in the right level of Japanese. And then you will have the option to choose either 2 or 3 elective classes. So personally, I decided to do 2 because I wanted more time to just explore. So I took, they were so much fun. Okay, I suck at doing homework.
This is harder than I thought.
Don't do that though. Take the classes seriously. If you want the credit, please take it seriously. I did not, and I regret it greatly. But the classes themselves were so interesting. So I took a Japanese anthropology course and a Japanese literature course. Both were fantastic. The teachers are amazing. Those classes are actually taught in English. Not all of the classes are in English, but obviously if you do not speak Japanese, you can just get into all the classes that are in English. Another thing I want to talk about is that you can actually work part-time jobs with a student visa with your school's permission. There are a lot of different jobs you can actually do, such as English tutoring, or if you do speak Japanese, there are a lot of other part-time jobs you can go and apply for. But you just have to make sure you get permission from your school. Along with everything else, I want to talk about homesickness. That was kind of a big issue for me. I am very close with my family. I had never lived by myself before, and then I just jumped into this foreign land and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm so alone. But that didn't last too long. At first, I actually wanted to go home for the first week, but then I was like, I love it here. I really, 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 really love it here. So I just need to calm down. I was still really homesick. Unfortunately, it was more towards the end of the program that I really was just like, I'm good. This is fine. I can deal with this. Yeah. Homesickness is something you need to think about if you are someone like me and you are close with your family. So if this kind of program isn't for you and you want to do something a bit more simplistic, there are other ways to study abroad in Japan by going to a Japanese language school. If you don't really care if it applies towards earning a degree, then Japanese language schools are the perfect option because you can choose anywhere between my cat got really scared, I don't know why. These schools are really good options if you want to stay either 3 weeks or 3 years. There are very long visas that you can get through these schools. There are so many options. You can do your own research, but there's also a website called Go Nihon, which gathers a bunch of their favorite schools into one website, and they rate different aspects of the schools, like how easy they are, how difficult, how heavy the workload is. There are other schools that offer cultural classes. There's so many different options, but Go Nihon does a really good job of revealing which schools might fit your lifestyle best. So this is actually what I want to do next time I go to Japan, because I really want to learn the Japanese language. I love it. I'm not good at learning it by myself, so I really do need a structured way of studying and someone to be accountable to in order to succeed with stuff like this. So next time I go to Japan, I really want to go really bad. That's what I'm planning on doing. I'd like to do a 2-year visa, and I'm kind of stuck. I have only ever really traveled around Tokyo area, and I went to Nagano, I believe. But I'm really interested in going to Fukuoka, which is further south in Japan than choked on my own spit, than Tokyo. But I hear a lot of really good things about it. So if anyone has been to Fukuoka and they had a good experience or a bad experience, if you could just let me know down below, that would be really great. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, if you have any desire to hear more about campus life at Sophia University and just about the food, about the classes, stuff like that, just let me know down below. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. What are you being dum-dums? You being dum-dums? You chunk?